Are we still bringing up Jalen and Rocket or no?
Yeah, they're coming.
Okay.
I use the elevator.
Oh.
I'm sure people stop them, you know.
Then you can just stick that in the register.
All right, we'll open it up to questions for Rocket and Jalen first before we get to anything for Coach.
First one for Jalen. They came out today and they landed a gut punch there at the beginning of the basketball game. Obviously, that's not the way you want to start. You guys have a deep hole to dig out of, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. We definitely can't start games like that, especially with a team like that. They're one of the best teams in the league. So, putting ourselves in a hole like that is something that we don't want to do. So we got to learn from that and can't let that happen again.
Rocket, how tough is it? You could feel that flow of the game. I mean, they were playing the pace that they wanted to play. I know you guys prefer to go into the post and kind of come back out. How tough of a fight is that, though, as the game picks up and the pace picks up? How hard is it to kind of put the brakes on everything?
I feel like it's real hard to, come back in a game like that. Actually, we did come back, but, Youngstown, they're a good team and they scored the ball real well. So I feel like we just didn't cover, a few things on defense that we should, cover. So, yeah, they came on and punched it on first.
Jalen, you guys shot out of the locker room, too, to start the second half and made your move, got it to within a 4-point game. What was different about that stretch as compared to maybe what happened in the first half?
I don't know. I just think that we, coach is saying locker room, first meeting gets in and we're back in it, We've been preaching the whole year, 40 minutes, and that's what it's going to take versus a team like that. So I think we did a great job of getting back in the game. Like Ryan said, we just got to fix a little bit, some stuff on the defensive end. I think we'll be all right, for sure.
Rocket, last one for me. What's your biggest takeaway from that basketball game here today, maybe for the next time that you guys play Youngstown State there? What did you learn about them here?
My biggest takeaway is, when we was coming back, we had came down. I shot a quick 3 in the corner, and I feel like we could have got a better shot. I could have drove it or kicked it back to Jalen. We could have cut the lead down more. And, I just feel like we just got to come out harder on defense. And, like Jalen said, we got to play for 40 minutes.
So Jalen, you guys just came off of winning 5 games before this loss today. Mentally, how do you think this is going to affect the team? Obviously, you guys have been doing well, and this is obviously not something you guys want, but how are you guys going to continue to move forward?
We're just going to go on another win streak. Simple as that. Like I said, we can't let team to this in our mouth first. We got to play for 40 minutes. So like a team like that, like I said, they're too gifted, they're too talented, and they're coached very well. So we can't get hit in the mouth first. And when we hit people in the mouth, we got to keep going. We got to take good shots. We got to get good stops. And I think this would just make us stronger. We don't like to lose. We started the year off rough. We're on a win streak, broke our win streak, but now we're about to start up another one. So.
Result aside, we've kind of touched on it before in other press conferences, but talk about when the crowd gets on its feet, like during that stretch where you made it a 4-point game, what kind of energy does it bring to the court for you guys?
I was actually smiling. Like it just made me have chills and started smiling because it was just amazing to see the crowd get into it like that. I think the crowd should do that more often. Even when we're not on a run or something, I think they should. If we're struggling a little bit, get on their feet, clap us up, give some confidence, get the crowd into it. That helps us out a lot. It was amazing, and as always, we appreciate our fans and everything.
Any more questions? All right, you two are dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go ahead with an opening statement before we get to questions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any shame in losing to a really good team that plays great. And they played great. And give them credit. I mean, my God, they came in here, hostile environment. And McBride made his first 5 threes. And I can't remember the scoring report in my mind, but I think it's not a very high percentage. Our whole emphasis was in the zone was on Cohill and Rush. And obviously, that was a bad emphasis on Rush because he was 7 of 10 from the 3. So give them, just give them credit. I mean, especially we came back at him, and Rock talked about the shot he took. We talked about that in the locker room after the game. Is we battled back from 17 in about 9 minutes and cut it to 4 and had the ball, and they were struggling. They were bobbling it. They had 21 turnovers. So, we had it going right where we wanted, and we took a quick 3 that hit the rim and led to a fast break, and they scored. And it was just, at that time, he just made a 3, so I understand it. But it's, that time of the game, he had to get that ball to the rim, and see what happens. You probably get a foul and an and one that way, or you find somebody and you kick it to them, and then it's an inside out where we have a chance to rebound. At that transition 3, we had no chance to rebound. And it became a wasted possession and gave them a basket to break, what we were doing. So a lot of critical things in that game that we can learn from. Early on when they got out to 19-9, and we in that period we missed 3 point-blank layups. I think Lampman missed one. I think Hervey missed one, and I think Trey missed one. I mean, point-blank at the rim. And that's how we were trying to play. We were trying to get the ball to the rim. If those 2 big guys, make them guard us and get in foul trouble. The only way to get them out of the game is get them in foul trouble, right? So we wanted to attack the glass, and we missed those 3 layups. And I think that had an effect on us. I think that we were kind of shell-shocked the rest of the half. And, to be down 17 at halftime is not something that should happen in your own gym. But again, give them credit. They shot the blood out of it.
Kemp, when you look at them offensively, now you're a guy that knows a thing or two about having good offensive teams and great offensive teams. As far as the Horizon League goes, they're up there, aren't they? I mean, this Youngstown State team, they're up there.
I mean, they're averaging 80. They got their average today, and that's top 10 in the country, I believe. So that's who they are. We thought that we could stop that. But when you shoot it like that, they made 14 threes, and 12 of them were from 2 guys. So maybe we got to look at ourselves and say, how did that happen? And they got to, when it went from like 10 to 20 with about 3 minutes to go, that was just, we were tired and we missed coverages in the zone, and they were smart and they did some cool things against the zone that we've seen many times that should be able to guard. But I think we just got confused, and we had spent a lot of energy to get back, and then all of a sudden we just couldn't break it back under 10 again. And so they made 2 or 3 threes in a row to get it back to 20, and it was over then. But they're really good on offense, and then the other thing they do is they offensive rebound very well. And again, that's one of our Achilles heels. And so It was a perfect storm for them tonight, a perfect storm. They played the way they had to play to come in here and beat. We've won 5 in a row, as we've said. We're playing great. And for them to come in here and win in an important game, they had to play that type of game, and they did. So again, I just want to give them credit.
Now, I asked Rocket this question, I'll ask you that question too. I mean, you could feel it, particularly in the first half, you know, when they got things rolling and they were going downhill, almost like everybody got swept up into that pace. How do you fight that as a coaching staff?
Well, you got to make those layups. You know, I said to them during the timeout, I said, they've made everything. And if we'd made those 3 layups, we'd only be down 6. You know, I think we were down 12 at the time, 28-14 or 16 or whatever 12 is. And I said, if you'd made those 3 layups, we'd only be down 6, and they're making everything. So, you know, that's going to happen sometimes. Sometimes people are going to make tough shots, and then they flow into good shots. And that's not the issue, because that's going to stop. We've got to be close to them when it stops, and we can't. If we, you know, and then we turned it over. We had transition 3 on 2, and we couldn't get a shot, and then we kicked it out to Jalen, and he travels with it. You know, I mean, we were out of sync, and I think just the pressure of what happened got us out of sync. And again, you don't lose, you learn. You know, you don't lose, you learn. We learned tonight.
Yeah, on that note, is this the kind of game where you guys just look at it for one night and then forget about it? Or is this a game you guys are going to be referencing back to throughout the season?
No, I think every game you play, you reference back to. Plus, you know, we play them again in 3 games. I mean, we've got IUPUI, Detroit, and then we go to there. So, you know, yeah, we'll keep that film. We'll learn from it. We'll do a lot of work on that film in the next 14 days, because we play them again in 14 days. Actually, we play them again in 12 days.
Coach, kind of similar to what Joe asked, but so once again, you had won 5 in a row, and adjustments I know are a big thing that you've been doing. Are you going to really adjust your game plan that you've had run over the past few games just because of one loss, or are you going to keep things relatively the same?
No, there won't be any changes in what we do. And then when we play Youngstown, we will take that tape and we'll decide, how do we guard what they're doing? And, you know, and if we go there and they go 14 for 26 from the 3 again, we'll lose. You know, I mean, you got to give them credit. 14 for 20. If we'd have gone 14 for 26, we probably would have won. You know, but we didn't. They did. So no, we're not going to change anything. Our defense is what I want it to be. If we had a tough night, I'd rather put that they had a great night.
Looking ahead to IUPUI, what are some things that fans need to take away?
I haven't even looked at them yet. You know, everything was put into this game. I will head home. I'll watch this game, and then I'll watch the IUPUI. I played Cleveland State today. I did watch the first half of that game, and I'll go home and I'll watch the second half of it tonight, and then I'll start to. We have a coach that scouts them, and we'll get together and we'll put the game plan together on what we're going to do against them. But everything we've done right now this week was on Robert Morris and Youngstown.
Any other questions from this group? All right, Coach, thanks.
All right, thank you.
That's my voice, bro.
You'll grow up one day.